Hey everyone, I'm not a regular YouTuber, so pardon me for my mishaps. Now today's topic is going to be very interesting. All of you are looking for Imperiale accessories, but there are not real accessories available out there in India. There are certain accessories available in Malaysia. People have now started importing it, but then they are, I don't know, you can't trust them. At least personally I can't trust them. Okay, so this video is going to be particularly about the accessories of Imperiale. Now to start with, I'll start with the most interesting looking accessory, which is the backrest. So backrest and the top rack. Now this top rack is obviously this most sturdy. If you see, the whole bike moves onto this. This is made in aluminium, so it should not rust. And then it has a nice strong backrest out here, which then again which is removable. So why it is removable? Again, if you load a top rack here, the top rack might not open to the full, and top rack by default has a backrest. So you remove this, put a top rack here, you can open that whole 90 degree, and then when you are not using top rack, you can use this backrest. Again, now this backrest is settled on the screws next to the tire, so it has nothing to do with the seat. So obviously you can broaden up the seat, you can broaden the width of the seat, because this screws now goes out of the equation right here. And then obviously you have the side panel. I have kind of no match, so I want apparently this bags to be fit on the back, because then it opens up your footrest up and easily keep the seat. I will load up my bags and I will definitely share that with you as a picture or a video. But right now it's just all about accessories. Then on the side, now these, you can either have saddle stay, or you can have top rack, or you can have both, because both of these are independent. So if you see here, now this is something which is for the top rack, and so moving on, there are certain other accessories as well. Now one of the bigger problems with the Imperiale which initially faced was, if your leg guard is mounted outside your chassis, then because of the distance is very low, it used to hit the mudguard and mudguard used to get damaged. So my basic idea was to load the guard behind the chassis. So if you see here, it's a 3-piece guard, so it opens up. You have male and female right here, and then you have used the engine nut, okay, to good effect, and there is a plate here, so it's male female, and then it has borrowed a third point from here on the both sides, so that makes it very sturdy. So if I move this, my whole bike will move. See this? Fortunately, I never got to use this, and I'm sure I will not if I drive responsibly. Then the third most interesting accessory for today is this bash plate. Which is made again in aluminium, so no rust, and it is powder coated with a silver color. Obviously I wanted it black, but then Akil Bhai, who made this, he said it was not going very good with the characters. So I said, you're the best judge of the situation. I got it powder coated in a silver color. So you see, nice and sturdy. Now because this guard is mounted behind the chassis, it gives me a complete arc to make this some guard or bash plate, which you call it as. Now another interesting but a smaller accessory is the fog mount. Now see, again, it's very sturdy. Okay, it's a complete round from behind. There's a pipe here, and it's put mounted on this hole, so you can easily mount the fog mount. One more thing which I did is, these are the intersector guiters, so you can get it into Royal Enfield showroom, and you can just put it here with the help of your Benelli showroom, or probably service center, or probably any other person who is doing it outside. Then the headlight grill again. It's very sturdy. It has its own bracket, so you can remove it whenever you're not using. I got this film. It's a halogen bulb, original Benelli, but then it is filmed in yellow color, so it gives a nice vintage look to it. And then because it was not going with the character, the chrome was not going with the character of the headlight, I just kind of wrapped the chrome with the black film. So that's another thing. Lastly but not least, this is a smaller change. I think this is the brake shoe which I have right here. Okay. Again, it is up to you if you wish to. Then I want to have it and have it. And so obviously most of you might thinking there's a smaller gap between the gear lever and the actual guard. See, it's all about getting used to. I always had a guard which is similar design, but that was 22 mm gauge pipe, and it didn't used to go with the muscular character of a bike. So I got it done in 25 mm, but there is no difference. But to be on the safer side, what I did is, so if you see, compared to any other bike in the market, Imperiale gear lever is right here. I mean, somewhere here. So it is maybe it is quarter an inch or maybe half an inch bigger than the distance is half an inch bigger than the normal bike. And then I used to get always irritated that put a gear, put a foot back, then again to downshift, again put a foot forward. So what I did is I apparently reduced this length by half an inch. So if you see, here is a cut there. So I reduced the length by half an inch and then joined it. So that's another modification which I've done. Okay. And last but not the least, which will interest all of you, okay, I will share a photograph for sure. I do not anymore have an issue of side stand brushing on the speed breakers, because what we did is we apparently cut this part so the side stand main stand can move a bit more, and it increases my ground clearance by at least a couple of inches. So you see right here, we chopped it out on both the your stopper, because apparently I'll put it on main side stand and show you. Just give me a minute. So if you see now, and there's an ample amount of gap between your main stand and the chain. So not any point of time your chain will get your main stand will hit the chain. So that's it for today. I mean, whatever accessories are made, apparently it was my requirement, my taste. So if you want any customized accessory, I will definitely give you a link in the description for this person. It's called Alttitude Moto. Akil Sayed is a person, point of contact. One more interesting thing which I did right now is, most of us are struggling with silencer losing the paint. You're feeling the rust here. Okay. But you won't see any rust. My bike, by the way, is 2-year-old now, more than 2 years. I got it in December 2019, just before lockdown. And this paint which I use right now here is a heat resistant paint from Nippon. So I will share a link. It's somewhere around 380-390 rupees, but one can is enough for you. So I'll again share a link with you. You can get it in Amazon. And so that's pretty much it as far as accessories are concerned. Okay. So as you can see now, I have loaded my run of snow mats. Okay, and those are easily and nicely sitting on the crate. So you just need decent body. I'm not tied them from the bottom. Just temporarily use it like that. Probably for a permanent fix, what I'll do is I'll put this strap right here down so it won't hurt really, and I'll put this strap here so it works just well, and then that's how it is. I hope you like it. Give a genuine effort to help people. There is no hidden motive behind making these accessories and make a profit out of it. And then obviously that is the reason I'm sharing the contact with you all for a little post. So till then, ride safe, stay healthy, and don't take unnecessary risks while riding. Thank you. Cheers. Bye.